So the morning of 9/11, my mom called me on my dorm phone. I was a sophomore at Barnard College, and I don't think I had much reaction when she first told me because I it was the morning, I was preparing for a class. She was very worried though, and she was glad to know that I was safe in my room. Um, it all sort of hit me more when I was in the student lounge right after that, watching TV with other students and seeing the towers fall and realizing that it was live, happening in the same city, just far downtown. And I think when the newscaster said that people were jumping, it was just this completely chilling feeling. And I think through the day, I kind of struggled to find people that I felt were having an appropriate reaction. Definitely a lot of people were rushing to try to give blood, but people I knew, some of them were, saying, maybe let's go to the card store and buy all the postcards that have the Twin Towers on them because maybe they'll be worth something someday. Um, we all didn't know what to do, and everything we were doing, in school, reading critical theory or whatnot felt very meaningless. I mean, even sort of money felt meaningless. I went to dinner with a friend and, we were just like, this is the apocalypse, and looking at the newspaper headlines around us, feeling like this was a strange new world. You know, let's order all the sushi. And we were all also scrambling to find out if our friends at NYU were okay because a lot of them were living in dorms that were much closer to the World Trade Center. So there was a lot of chaos around that in terms of the phones being jammed. And, one of my friends who did live very close to the towers ended up kind of homeless for a couple of weeks, shuffling around hotels through NYU, and just really had the clothes on her back that she'd left her dorm with. So she had a much different and very traumatic experience around that. And she and other people I know did end up taking time off because it was so hard to reconcile what had happened with, being in a liberal arts school, continuing to learn things that felt, not useful. So that whole semester was very strange. The international students I knew were very uncomfortable being tracked by the US government. And, I could see and was reading about backlash towards Muslim people in the city, taxi drivers who feared for their lives. And it was this collective anger and also this rising patriotism was very uncomfortable. And I think it was, hard to know if you could laugh. Um, just hard to know what was coming, and seeing how scared people were about something else happening